any other living organism on the face of this earth. We have a different approach to love. We have the same approach of love that God has for us. We're not like the rest of the animals. We don't experience the real depth of love from every possible experience and dynamic that a human being can. Animals can't do what we do. And that's because we were created in the likeness and image of God. And for that reason, something like a wedding, marriage, is far greater than we ourselves because of the vision that God, who authored this, created it for us in the fashion that He did. And so because we have a choice, we have the opportunity to think like God and to express love like God. The husband and wife is the mirror, if you will, of Christ and His church. For Jesus Christ, His church is the bride. He loves it unconditionally. He loves it as He commanded us to love one another. That's why we're here today, fundamentally. Because what Dylan and Tara are about to do is something God designed for them to do. And it's something special, it's something holy, it's something sacred. There's another reality that happens when we come to a wedding, though, that all of us need to be mindful about. And that's the fact that we're actually celebrating 3 different levels of love today. The first level of love that we're celebrating is the fact that we're in a church. And we recognize and acknowledge the fact that it is God who created married love, and it is God who created us in the fashion that we could have what married love is and provides. And so God has first loved us by coming here to God's house. We are reciprocating that love. We're acknowledging how great and awesome our God is to us, how blessed we are because of the God that we have. And so by coming here to celebrate, the first level of love that we actually celebrate is the love that we have for God in reciprocation to the love that God has first loved us with. The second level of love is actually yours. Every one of you in this church came to this wedding today because you were invited. When Dylan and Tara sat down to figure out who they were going to invite to this ceremony today, they had to go through the list of the people they love. You would not be on this list if they did not have love for you. Their love for you has prompted them to ask you to come and celebrate with them, to share in their joy and the festivities and the great times that accompany a wedding. When we're done here, you go off to the reception and you celebrate a party. All of that has happened because of their love for you. You being here today is a statement of your reciprocating of love as well. All of you in this church today have made some type of sacrifice to be here, which is an expression of your love. And we're not critical by any means of the people who can't be here, because there are many people who can't come to things like this for whatever reasons. But the fact that you're here is a statement of the love that you have for them. That you are reciprocating the love that caused them to say, we're putting you on that invitation list. Many of you have walked with Dylan and Tara through various aspects of their life. Some of you have known them for a few days, for a few weeks, for a few months, and some of you in this church have known them for an entire lifetime. And as you have journeyed with them, as you have walked with them through the journey of life, you've been privileged to experience some of the joys that have come their way. And because life isn't always easy, you've also been able to experience some of the challenges and difficulties that come to the life that we live. As you have been there for them in the past, when there was cause for celebration and joy, and as you have been there for them in the past, when there was difficulty and challenge, and the need to reach out and console and comfort them, all of that plays into why you're here today. And I would like to challenge you and ask you that when they exchange their vows of love for one another in just a few moments, that you recommit your love to them. That you make a commitment in your heart to continue promoting and nurturing and supporting the love that they will now have as a husband and wife. So that when there is cause for celebration and time to rejoice, that you rejoice with them and celebrate with them. And when there are those difficult times in life that require reaching out, some compassion, consolation, that all of you here can make that commitment once again to be there for them as they begin their new life today as husband and wife. Make sense? Amen?
Amen.
Of course, the third level of love. Duh. Right in front of us. Guys, you want to stand up? Please. Turn around. We can see you. Aren't they a beautiful couple? Huh? Can I sit down, please? Thank you. How you guys doing up there? Getting warmer? Yeah. Yeah, we're not done. You know, I'm always thrilled when a couple chooses for their gospel passage at the wedding mass, the gospel passage that you chose from John. And the reason that I'm always so pleased by that is because of the statement that Jesus makes to his own disciples. Because that's the reality of what's happening up here in front of us today. Jesus looks at his disciples and he says to them, "It was not you who chose me. It was I who chose you. And I chose you and appointed you to go out and do good, to bear fruit, to glorify God," basically. And the reality is, Dylan, it was not you who chose Tara. And Tara, it was not you who chose Dylan. It's obvious that it is God who has chosen the two of you to be together. For that reason, there are really three of you standing before us today. Because the God who brought you together, the God who allowed you to meet and become friends and ultimately lovers, and now about to become husband and wife, is the same God that can sustain you and assist you and be with you as you journey forth as husband and wife. My prayer for you is that you always remember and recognize those words that Jesus said to his disciples, that it was Jesus who chose them. It wasn't them who had chosen Jesus, any more than it was the two of you choosing each other. God has a remarkable plan for all of us. And in this particular case, it was God who has chosen you to be together. And for that reason, my prayer for you is that you always will keep that God who brings you to this day, both as individuals and as a couple, that you keep him firmly locked in your hearts as individuals and as a husband and wife. God is the greatest source for all of us to live and succeed in life, to understand all that comes to us, good and bad in life, and to sustain us, most especially when things are difficult. There's a very simple reason. God has a way of loving us that we can't even do ourselves. Because no matter who we are, no matter what we are, no matter what we do, think, or say, our God has a way of saying, "I will love you. I will love you unconditionally." And for that reason, my prayer for you is that you keep that God who called you to this day firmly in your lives, both as individuals and as a husband and wife. It's a beautiful thing to realize the power and the hand of God in your life. And today you get to experience that in the most profound of ways as you express your own consent and your vows to one another. You allow God to seal that as the sacrament of marriage. On a personal note, I humbly ask you to count me amongst these wonderful people that are here today. As the future unfolds, when there is time for celebration and rejoicing, I hope you'll call me and let me know so I can rejoice with you and celebrate. And when there are difficulties in life, and there will be, because we're not naive, we know that you will ask me to pray for you, that you will ask me to assist you in any way that I can to help you through whatever difficulties you may have, both as individuals and collectively as husband and wife. I'm honored that I get to do this with you today. It's been a pleasure to prepare you, and I'm grateful for this opportunity. And I wish and pray many, many happy years together. And God's abundant blessings upon you each and every day of your lives. Congratulations to you.